You must have seen disturbing videos emerging from Iran. Some of these videos show brutal crackdown on people protesting against the government. The other videos show pro-government demonstration by the citizen of Iran. Donald Trump, on the other hand, has been threatening Iran, asking protesters to keep protesting, take over your institutions, help is on the way. Yes, that's what Trump said on Truth Socials. So what is really going on in the Islamic Republic of Iran? In this video, I am going to break it down into 5 points. The beginning of protest. When Iranian rial fell to a record low of 1.42 million to a US dollar, inflation rose, hiking the price of daily essentials, staple food, dairy products, etc. The situation worsened when the government raised the price of subsidized gasoline. This led to public anger and protests break out in two major markets of downtown Tehran on December 28, 2025. As protests spread to other parts of Tehran, the central bank head Riza Fazin resigned. On 30th December, President Masoud Pezeshkian met business leaders, heard their demands, and promised his government would do everything possible to fix the economy. Meanwhile, officials said that protests in the southern city of Fasa turned violent when crowds stormed the governor's office and injured police officers, and demands shifted from economic relief to calls for the overthrow of the Islamic Republic. Government crackdown and deaths. Soon, the government started a brutal crackdown on protesters. The first protest-related deaths were officially reported, with authorities saying that at least 7 people were killed. The worst violence was in Azna, where videos showed fires in the street and gunfire as crowds shouted slogans. The first news agency said 3 people died there. Other deaths were reported in Bakhtiyari and Isfahan, and a 21-year-old Basij volunteer was killed in Loristan. Activists said that there has been 599 deaths so far, while tens of thousands have been arrested. An exact figure remains impossible to confirm due to total internet shutdown. The two narratives. At this point, it is important to understand that there are two kinds of narrative. One is the anti-government and pro-Shah narrative, which is against the supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and promoted by the opposition groups and many Western commentators. Here it is important to pay attention to a bit of history. Exiled Prince Reza Shah Pahlavi, whose family was ousted in Iran during the Iranian Revolution of 1979, is trying to position himself as the legitimate future leader and voice of Iranian citizens seeking change. To put it simply, to choose monarchy over theocracy. The other narrative is a pro-government narrative in which people are rallying on the streets of Tehran in Inqilab Square. This was seen as an Iranian regime's attempt to downplay the continuing nationwide protest. These rallies were called Iranian Uprising against American Zionist terrorism rally. The Trump jump. On 2nd January, the US President warned if Iran violently kills peaceful protesters, the United States will come to their rescue. Mind you, it was only in June 2025 when the US attacked the nuclear facilities of Iran, calling it Operation Midnight Hammer. Trump added that we are locked and ready to go. The US President also threatens a 25% tariff on countries that do business with Iran. In Trump's response, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi repeated a stance expressed by several Iranian officials in recent days that the country is ready to enter war against the US if the latter is willing to test another aggression against Iran. Iran's chief of the Army Center for Strategic Study warned on Tuesday that Iran may replace its defense doctrine with an offensive one. Internet shutdown and Starlink. Amid these protests, there has been a total internet blockade in Iran, citing the need to prevent coordination among groups the authorities classified as terrorists. Against this backdrop, and as a part of broader pattern of multi-dimensional external influence, the Starlink system owned by Elon Musk was deployed with the stated aim of providing connectivity within the country free of cost. This initiative is being framed less as a technical measure than a political instrument for the US political interests. Now it is difficult to paint a black and white picture of these protests. They began with genuine economic pain rooted in collapsing currency, rising inflation, and costlier fuel, and it reflects real public anger. At the same time, persistent threats of military intervention from the United States, especially given Washington's strategic interest in Iran's oil and energy infrastructure, have complicated the situation, allowing the Iran state to frame internal dissent as externally driven and pushing the country closer to the dangerous confrontation that goes far beyond the demand of ordinary citizens. Thank you for staying with us till the end of the video. For more updates, continue watching The Wire.